What's up, guys? A win on Wednesday would see us move on to the quarterfinals of the US Open Cup. But how can we beat the Chicago Fire? Find out, coming up.
Welcome to a match preview, guys, of the US Open Cup round of 16 against the Chicago Fire. This is Tanner McLeod, I'm AJ. Before we get into it, become part of the notification squad by hitting the bell next to the subscribe button. This Wednesday, 7:30 at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, it's Chicago Fire, it's Schweinsteiger, it's Nikolic, it's an MLS side, and it's going to be a lot tougher than Charleston Battery.
Yes, it's the round of 16, starting to get to the business end. You win this, you're in the quarterfinals. Once you start getting to anything that says finals in it, you know you're close to the trophy. Obviously this game at the Benz, not in Kennesaw, thank God. We're trying to break the attendance record for the US Open Cup. I think we will. Yeah, but again, this is a big game. It is a tough side. They will be wanting to win. Yep. So, not going to be, you know, we put out the young kids and we're like, all right, we're better than them. We're going to roll to a 3-0 win. I think it's going to be tough. You know, you have two really good players in Nikolic, in Schweinsteiger, who can really do anything. I think both of them will play because Chicago are going to want to put their best side out. Right. And, you know, they barely got through the last round, though. I think we definitely need to talk about that before we get into anything else. They beat a Zach Steffenless Columbus Crew 10-9, I believe, in penalties, with the goalkeeper scoring the winning penalty kick. That's a bit crazy. I want none of that in this round because I don't like penalties. And
hopefully it doesn't get into that, but last time we played them, we beat them 2-1 at Toyota Park. And, you know, I think with Barco's first goal, you know, it bodes well, you know, if we play him against them.
Yeah, I think he will play. I think we'll get into the lineups a bit later in this preview, but they haven't done well in their previous visit to Atlanta. We beat them quite handily at Bobby Dodd. I don't think they're particularly a great side. They're not in great form right now. They've only won 3 of their last 10 matches. Right. Their away form is not the greatest either, but again, you know, when you're 3 out of your last 10, you're not doing something great. Right. They're actually below that team from Florida in the current standings. They are outside of the playoff standings in 7th. Right. So I very much think this is a team that we can beat. I think this is very much a team that we can rotate some of the squad and see some other players play and still beat them at home. However, that being said, with our current home form, we can't take any chances.
Right, and I think they're definitely a team that maybe this is the trophy that they're going to play for, you know, so they might go all in on this because, I mean, you know, I think making the playoffs might be a tough ask for them, and obviously, you know, it's just, well, why not go for it, I think, in terms of them.
Yeah, I mean, for them, their biggest issue this year is they haven't been scoring nearly as many goals as last season. Nemanja Nikolic only has 6 goals in 14 appearances so far to go with 1 assist. Schweinsteiger only has 2 goals. They're not really putting the ball in the back of the net at the rate that they were last season. So that has a lot to do with their struggles. Again, I think both of those guys will play, and it'll be curious to see who they're matched up against. I very much think you're going to see LGP and Miles Robinson again, like we saw against Charleston Battery. And I think both of them can do a very good job against those players. I'm curious to see how Chicago will line up. Last time when we did our preview for Chicago, they did nothing like we thought they were going to do because they were playing Bastian Schweinsteiger as a sweeper, and then they came out and played him as a 10 and pressed the hell out of Atlanta United. I think something that's big will be what formation do we go with, because last time we played 3-5-2 and they really pressed us. If we switch to a 4-2-3-1, which I think both of us think we will do, especially at home, they're not going to be nearly as successful or bold doing that. So, you know, and going on into that atmosphere, which I think will be raucous again, it could be a tough ask for Chicago Fire. And a bit of an injury report before we get into our lineup predictions. Joseph Martinez will definitely be questionable. I don't think he'll play at all with that fractured/broken nose. I also don't think we're going to see Miguel Almiron at all. He did play well against Columbus Crew, but he's still nursing that shoulder, and I think we'll save him for that Portland match. Obviously, Greg Garza is still out, as well as I believe McCann. If he is fit, he might be on the bench, but he would take up an international slot, so I don't see him playing either. So on the injury front, that's what we got. But getting into lineups, I think both of us are sitting with the 4-2-3-1, but who do you have starting?
Yeah, so I think it's a can between the sticks. I think it's Zizo at right back. I think it's a Robinson coming in, and LGP. They played well together against Charleston Battery. And Ambrose at left back. I think in the middle we have Wheeler Aminu and Kratz. Just a little bit more defensive solidity than maybe Gressel in this case. And across our attacking midfielders, I think it's Tito, I think it's Carlton, and I think it's Barco and Romario up top.
Yeah, I'm pretty much on board with that same lineup. I think maybe you might see Nagby play or come off the bench instead of Wheeler Amanu to be a bit more aggressive, especially at home against a team that I think they do believe they can beat. Wheeler Amanu offers you a lot more defensively, I think, maybe less so going forward, but we haven't seen him in a role like that before, so I'd be interested to see what he does in a situation where he will be pushed higher up the pitch, because I think Atlanta will be pressing the absolute living hell out of Chicago in this game. I think aside from that, I think Can definitely in net. So, you know, going off that, we're pretty much thinking the same thing. So how do you think match-wise, prediction, what do you think is going to happen?
Yeah, I think we'll probably have the lion's share of the chances against Chicago Fire. And I think we'll win this pretty handily, but I don't think there's as many goals in this for us. So I think it's a 2-0 win.
I am a bit more optimistic, although I probably should be pessimistic, because when I'm pessimistic, we've been getting results, and if I'm optimistic and we lose, I'm just going to look like an idiot with every prediction I make. But I think we're going to win 3-1. I think Romario Williams is going to get himself a goal. He did very well in the U.S. Open Cup last time. I think Tito's going to be trying to get in on the score sheet again. I don't think he'll play the whole match, but I definitely think he'll play to build up his fitness. Just like Barco will need to be playing, because the more he plays, the better. I think he definitely could be amongst the goals. He got one against Chicago last time. So I'm confident. I think 3-1. We'll give up a goal for some reason that I don't understand, because that's what we do at home for some reason. But yeah, 3-1 and on to the quarterfinals is what I'm thinking.
Yeah. So what are you guys' score predictions? Leave them in the comments below. But that's our match preview, guys. Remember to subscribe, hit a like, and share this video, because it really does help us a lot. And for Tanner McLeod, I'm AJ. Thank you guys so much for watching.